Hello, you beautiful people. I hope you all are having an amazing, beautiful day as always. And in today's video, I want to talk about Trials of Osiris. In particular, guys, I want to talk about players who don't have insane amount of time to invest in Destiny 2. I'm talking 12 hours, 7 hours, even 5 hours a day, and you're not able to get those insane stats or those crazy god roll armor pieces, which, let's be honest here, is not easy to get at all. It's pretty hard actually. However, not having those god roll armor pieces or the crazy stats doesn't necessarily mean you cannot win games or you shouldn't even try to, especially when we're talking about the first 3 games of Trials of Osiris, which honestly can give you really cool weapons and armor pieces, right? There are a few builds that will give you an edge over your enemy team and will make your life easier, just as simple as that. And even though you might not have the crazy stats or the armor pieces, it will give you insanely strong neutral game. I'm talking a lot of abilities, a lot of supers every game. And guys, when you're going against similarly skilled teams, those things can change the game drastically. Also, there are some really simple mistakes I see people make when it comes to stats, and we're also going to talk about that. Today, I'm going to be going over a build for the Warlock class. However, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments, and I'll definitely make one for the Hunter and the Titan. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're looking for some badass builds, you'll find a lot of them on the channel, so make sure to check them out. And now, all of you Warlock mains, buckle in. We're going to check out the sick setup. Let's start with the stats and one very simple mistake I see from a lot of players. And the first one is recovery. I see so many teams running tier 2 and 3 recovery, which makes no sense, guys, especially as a Warlock. And even though you might not have the best armor pieces in the game, you can always add +10 per armor piece with normal mods, and having higher recovery will benefit your overall survivability by a lot, and it will save your life more than you can ever imagine. You get body shotted with a sniper, get around the corner for like 3-4 seconds and you have full HP, and if the enemy player pushes, you will be ready to take him out. So 100% try to focus on this stat. And keep in mind, if you max it out, it drops your rift cooldown all the way down to 41 seconds, which is even more survivability. The second stat you want to focus on in Trials is intellect. Supers can change games, and having tier 1, 2, or 3 intellect means you will be at least 1 round behind your enemy on supers, which is just too much. While you're getting 1 super, the enemy players will probably get 2. Or if you use the build we're gonna talk about for the Warlock, even 3 or 4 supers in 1 game. There's one subclass that has amazing neutral and super game for those that are running on low stats, and that is the middle tree Stormcaller. Now there's a few reasons this subclass is good. First one is the fact that the super for this subclass can be very good for Trials, because there's a lot of 1v1 or 1v2 situations, and that's exactly where this super shines. You get a very quick kill, cancel the super, keep 30% or more of the super energy, and now your team is in a 3v2 situation. So you've already put yourself in a better position to win the round. Now, before we move on to the neutral game of this subclass, let's talk about mods and exotics you can use to get your super back even faster in combination with canceling your super after a kill. The Geomax stabilizers are amazing to speed things up because they top off the final 20% of your super by just sprinting. And when you combine this with the mods you can use on your class item, which by the way are very important to get your super back even faster when you get a kill with a fusion rifle, a sniper, or even a grenade. Ladies and gents, there simply isn't any competition to this setup when we are talking about super energy regeneration. And all of this is true even without having very high intellect stats, which once again makes this perfect for players without top tier gear. As for the weapons, honestly, as long as you're using a special weapon that benefits from the class item mod so you can get way more super energy on kills, you can pretty much use any weapon combination that you feel comfortable with. Now let's take a closer look at the gameplay. As you can see, my super got topped off thanks to Geomax. Now if you don't have this exotic, it's not a problem at all. The setup is still very good. You will still be way ahead of your enemy team when it comes to super energy. As you can see, I go for the kill and cancel my super. Look at all the super energy I save. and in the next round I pretty much have it again, especially if I get a kill with the fusion. This is insanely strong. Look at this situation right here. I'm going in with a super. As you can see, I'm gonna jump and then take out the enemy player. And right away, look at all the crazy amount of super energy, but that's not it. I take out another player with my fusion rifle, and thanks to the setup, I already have half of my super back right away. You gotta realize, guys, on the Hunter, there is an exotic chest piece that pretty much does the same, but on the Warlock, there's just a subclass that gives you this ability for free where you can just cancel the super and keep the energy. It's just crazy how good this is. The setup will give you the advantage against similarly skilled teams, which will make it easier to get 2-3 wins. Another exotic that is a game changer if you're running low stats and takes the setup to the next level when it comes to the abilities is Eye of Another World, which lowers all your cooldown abilities by a lot. Not only that, but let's say you have your recovery at max, which means that you would get your rift in 41 seconds, by the way. This exotic will take it even lower than that, guys, all the way down to 35-36 seconds, and 5 seconds in trials can make a huge difference. I usually swap between these two for trials. Sometimes I use Eye of Another World and sometimes I go for Geomax, or if you have an SSD on console, just switch between the two mid-game. That's the perfect case scenario. I don't have one, so it takes anywhere from 15 to 37 minutes to swap an exotic mid-game. So yeah, I don't do it. Now let's talk a bit more about the neutral game of the subclass, and the great thing is it doesn't really take time to get used to it because the neutral game comes very naturally, without asking you to consume a grenade or save your abilities and so on. You just play the game, get kills, and you get amazing benefits from the subclass for you and for your teammates. Hear me out. Another reason I love this build for people with low stats is the Ionic Trace perk, because with every kill there's a very high chance you get a lot of your ability energy back. Yes, it says chance, but trust me, it's like 99% of the time. This means more grenades, melees, and rifts, even though your stats are low, because once again, you did not have the time to grind out all these crazy god roll armor pieces. I mean, I play the game every day for hours, and even I'm having a tough time to get the rolls I need. So I can imagine how people that only have 2-3 hours just to chill and have fun with the game feel. And as mentioned, when you combine this with Eye of Another World, for example, you beautiful people, you will be amazed how good the neutral game is. And you want to hear a perk name that is super undervalued and underrated? Pulse Wave. Oh, by the way, it will provide a reload boost and speed boost every time your HP is low for you and for your teammates. And trust me, this is amazing for survivability and for perks like kill clip and so on. Also, another way to get your abilities even faster, guys, is if you use the new Destiny 2 exotic, the Traveler's Chosen. This works perfectly with this setup, and if you do like sidearms, you will be having your abilities pretty much the whole time, and it is definitely worth trying out. And it's pretty easy to get the sidearm. You just start the quest at Zavala and just follow the steps. That's pretty much it. The point is, guys, you can have advantages in those first 3 games. The setup works and it's very strong. I've actually had a lot of success using it for trials to go flawless many times now. You guys know how this channel works. I keep testing every build until I find something that works, and when I'm sure it's good and it's 100% useful, then I make a video about it, and this is 100% good and effective. So once again, if you're running low on stats and if you don't have all those crazy god rolls, ladies and gents, this is the setup to try out. You're gonna fall in love with this, and when you master it and when you play it right, you're gonna have so much more abilities and supers compared to the enemy team that it will simply make your wins way easier. And on top of all of this, it's pretty easy to use. You can use any weapon combinations you want, just don't forget to use those class item mods to get more super energy from weapons such as fusions, snipers, and so on. That really does help. I hope you all find this video helpful, guys. If so, a like and a sub is very appreciated and truly helps me out a lot. If you would like to see more videos like these, maybe for the other classes, do let me know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all the amazing support. Honestly, it has been like a crazy journey, and I simply love what I do, and I love creating content for all of you guys and communicating with all of you guys. It's just a dream come true. So from the bottom of my heart, once again, thank you for all the crazy support. I appreciate every single one of you, and as always, have a crazy beautiful day.